Good morning, YouTube. So I just got in school. It is May, I didn't update my dates. It is May 11th, 2022. It is a Wednesday and it is a half day. Oh, goodness. It is 7:38. My kids come in at 8 and one of the one-on-ones in my room usually comes in around now-ish, so I'm going to try to make it quick. Yes, I drink energy drinks. I need it. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Melanie. I am finishing up my 7th year as a second grade teacher in a major city in Pennsylvania. And like I said, today's a half day, so I'm just trying to figure out what we're going to do today, because I can plan all I want, but half days never go as planned, because our lunch is supposed to be around 10:30 and it's always late, so probably won't get here till 11. If we dismiss at 12, then we're going to start heading down at 11:45, which means I usually don't have enough time to teach math. So I think I'm going to just do whole group Zern for math on our Promethean board. So that's always fun. And my kids yesterday wrote color poems, and and it's so cute. And I might this morning give them back to them so they can color it. So it's actually 6:30 now, and I am home. But what happened was, I told you before, I never have my room for more than 15 minutes by myself. I don't. So I didn't get to film today. It was a half day, boring day. We just did our regular schmegular reading lesson. I've been reading Sideways Stories of Wayside School to my kids, and they really love it. And sometimes during lunch, we'll watch the cartoons. But it was a half day, nothing special. But right now, what I'm actually doing is preparing for some upcoming demo lessons that I have. So right now I have, and I'm looking on the floor and I'll show you in a minute, I have to prepare a math lesson for second grade that follows the standard something bar graphs, right? So I'm going to do a bar graph lesson. And right now, because I can't be reliant on the technology situation at the other school, even if they're nice and like, let me know if you need a dot cam, if you need this, if you need that, if you need this, you need that. I don't even want to rely on it because I don't want to spend time to hook it up. I don't know what's compatible with my computer since I have a Mac, and I do have I think it's called a dongle, the little adapter thing, but I don't want to have to worry about that. So I'm making a bunch of anchor charts, and I might make slides that go along with it just in case it's a quick setup. Then I have something that, or if they have a smart board, because that would be fun too. But I think for the most part, I'm just going to keep it basic with my anchor charts. And so I already have some at my printer for request at school. But here's what the worksheets look like. So this is an example of a worksheet. It's by Cupcakes and Curriculum. I think I got it on TPT. And so this one is favorite kind of cookies. There's favorite kind of ice cream, favorite pet, the class's favorite season. And so I have some of them that have the bars in there, and then some, I don't have one with me because they're at the copier, that has the table, and then the scholars will have to fill the bar graph based on the data in the table, and then answer the questions based on the data. So we'll do one whole class. I'm thinking of doing something simple like favorite kinds of, I can't do ice cream, I can't do cookies. I have pets already, but I still might do just like animal, like maybe favorite wild animal or something like that. And, or favorite, I really shouldn't do holidays, huh? Just in case. I don't know the demographic of the room, but something of that nature. Maybe just favorite snack or favorite fruit. That's easy. And I have the whole class come up or not come up, but if they have a carpet, they say they have a carpet, I could do it on a carpet or at their seat. So I might bring them to the carpet and we might fill in the bar graph together. And I might actually have scholars fill it in. And like I might do the first one and call up quiet hands to come up and color the rest. And we'll do it with crayons instead of markers. And then they'll go back and they'll do it themselves. So one with the bar graphs already filled in, and then one where they have to fill in the bar graph. And then I'll have like an exit ticket that's going to be the exact same thing, but only with the bar graph they have to fill in themselves based off of the table. And then I'll have to think of what I want early finishers to do, because I don't know. This is the end of the year, second grade. So they may already have learned this, and they may get through it quickly, because this is also like a first grade standard. So they may have learned it in first grade and they may be able to get through it quicker. The only like second grade difficulty will be the actual question. So for this one, for example, is how many more votes were for M&M than sugar. So they're going to know, which they should have learned already, about comparing problems. We'll walk through that together. How many fewer votes for oatmeal than chocolate chip? How many votes were there for chocolate chips, sugar, and oatmeal cookies all together? And then how many votes were there in all? So they should be able to answer those questions. Those are more second grade, whereas first grade would just be how many votes were for chocolate chip, how many were for oatmeal, and who had the most. These are actually going to require you to compute. So I'm going to finish up my anchor charts for that, and I'll show you a few of them as I am coloring them in and watching YouTube. And yeah, that'll be my day. It was a half day. We were able to leave when the kids left today. So that was super, super great. I came home at 8 and I took a nap until like 4. She said, my principal said self-care. If that's not self-care, I don't know what is. So let me do these anchor charts. My demo that I'm going to do this lesson for is on Friday. And we don't have school on that day, so it worked out perfectly. And my next demo lesson for a different school is a third grade lesson. And I get to pick which subject. And I've never done third grade. 7th year, second grade, I've never done third grade. And this is the end of the year, third grade. So I'm going to have to pick something that's easy enough that we don't have to spend more than 20 minutes on it, and yet, challenging enough that it doesn't look like a second grade lesson. But for all I know, they need a second grade lesson, especially in Title I schools after the pandemic gap year. I call it a gap year. I don't care. That virtual year was a gap year. So after that gap year, maybe they will need, maybe I can do the same lesson, but change the questions. I'll think about it, but let me finish doing this. So it is now Wednesday. No, it's not. It is Thursday, May 12th, 2022. It's actually my niece's birthday. Shout out to you, Daima. But today so far has been rough, and it is 1:36. It started off rough because 5 minutes before arrival, there were like 5 kids in my room coming in, and it just sets me off so much because I deserve 5 minutes. Why are you sending my kids upstairs early just because you know I'm here? No one else has kids in their room. If you are giving me kids before my contracted time, I'm babysitting. And why do I deserve that? And there's one teacher here who's really close with one of my students' moms, like they're best friends or something like that. So they have a really close relationship. So if she's already coming upstairs, she'll see a group of my kids and bring them up with her to drop off. And it's just like, are you picking up your kids and having them come into your room? Why do you think I don't deserve that 5 minutes of just getting ready and setting for my day? And I do things that I don't want the kids to see. So you can't see it, but can you see it? No, you can't see it. So I have a sharpener in my classroom that is so dull, like it won't really sharpen that well because, kids will put colored pencils in there too, and that dulls your sharpener. So my sharpener doesn't sharpen that well, but I have a secret sharpener that at the end of the day I use, or in the beginning of the day, I use to sharpen pencils quickly and then stuff it back in my closet. That was out when those kids decided to come in. Luckily, they didn't see it, but I'm like, that ruins my secret because if they know there's a better sharpener, and then sometimes for science, I need to set up mystery materials and I'll have the box of what it actually is out because that happened before too. I had like the box of cornstarch and my scholars saw that when they were supposed to guess those materials. So even 5 minutes can mean something. And it just kind of brought my mood down this morning that even coworkers, like, y'all don't feel like I'm an actual teacher. Like, I'm not besties with anyone. Like, I deserve the same amount of respect and time and headspace as you feel like you deserve. Like, just because I'm here, that doesn't mean anything. Just because you're a coworker, because I have a couple of coworkers with kids in this room. Just because you're a coworker doesn't mean your kid gets special privilege. It's not fair to me. So that, and now my kids they eat lunch in the classroom, but they're about to next week, the whole school's about to transition to lunch back in the cafeteria. So the head dean comes in to let me know that in 15 minutes, he's going to come up and have the assistant practice transitioning down to the cafeteria and setting expectations. Fine, perfect. We were taking a spelling test. In 15 minutes, we would have been done our spelling test, and I would have just held off from the next activity. So I'm reading, I don't think I have it over here, Sideways Stories of Wayside School. I don't have it over here. So I'm reading that story because my kids really like it, and I'm like 5 chapters in, and I'm like, okay, we need to start our reading test because my school wants all tests like on Fridays, which is nuts, but so we need to start our reading test. And we got done the first 5 questions, which are just vocabulary questions. So they didn't read the actual story yet. When I get a call, hey, have your assistant bring the kids down to the cafeteria. This is like an hour later. Like, we took a spelling test, went to the bathroom, came back, and read 5 chapters of a book. like I have nothing else to do but to let you guys stop me in the middle of something so they can go down to the cafeteria. If you knew for a while, because we knew for a while that we were going to transition back to the cafeteria, a set schedule should have been made. That's what I mean by the disorganization of the school. Now, again, I'll get more into that in my tell-all. And now it is 1:40. Math started at around, after they go to the bathroom after recess. Realistically, it's supposed to start at 12:21, but it starts around 12:30 to 12:40, just depending on what they do for recess. Like, they were going outside, so they had to come back inside, go to the bathroom, transition upstairs. All my kids are hot and sweating and want water, so I gave them a minute. So we didn't really start math till 12:40, and we had a math quiz today. I don't always load all my quizzes in one day. Even though we're supposed to give them on Fridays, I try to stagger them, or I don't give math quizzes every week. But today we had one, and at 1:15, an enrichment teacher walks in. And I'm like, okay, for specials. So I'm like, all right, well, my kids have 4 more minutes on the quiz. There was only a handful of them who needed to finish. Everyone else finished. So I lined them up, had them go down, whoever needed extra help. And I have some kids with IEPs who require extra time. So they stayed up here, and then I walked them down. But so I don't get a full math period. It's hard to break up an 80-minute math block into two. My prep is now changed. What if I had a meeting like the other day when I had a phone interview? I was going to do it during my prep, but that was changed. Luckily, it worked out. We did it after school, but it's just, there was no warning. Another teacher just walks in ready to take over your class, and it's like the same time you gave them the schedule, you should have gave the teachers the schedule. Give the teachers the schedule. It's put it in an email or put it on some type of Google Doc or something with updates. I don't know, but it is very frustrating and it's very hard for me to be efficient at my job when I don't even know what's going to happen in the next 15 minutes. It's so hard. And I got a letter today stating, I'm looking around, my desk is a mess. I got a letter today stating that my formal observation is going to be next week. We have like 20 more school days for the kids. You're just now giving form. Whatever. I feel bad for my team teacher because her formal's on Monday. And we don't have school tomorrow. So today is like Friday. So she really has no time to prep. And we're going to teach whatever we're going to teach, but it's like what she wants. We have to do like these pre-interview or pre-observation questions, this other form. It's a lot of things that she needs 24 to 48 hours before the actual observation. So to give someone an observation on Monday when it's the weekend is really unfair. Mine, fortunately, is Wednesday, and it's going to be during my math block, which always gets cuts in half. So we'll see. But I'm going to see what else I can do with, I don't even know when my prep is over. I really don't know. I've been grading any chance I get. So I'm almost through grading because interims are supposed to be due soon. So I want to get all of those in this computer. I can only do it on my computer because the app on my work computer is just no bueno. We don't know. So maybe I'll eat. I didn't really get to eat today because I was working through lunch because that's all I do. Because I have to, because that is my only consistent time is lunch, usually. That is my most consistent time that I know I have free time. So I'm going to see what I can do, maybe gather things I need for my demo lesson tomorrow at another school. So I want to gather some stickers, some incentives. I have my markers and my anchor charts at home. I got my copies today. So I don't think I need anything else in terms of materials, but I just want to, gather some incentives that I have around the room that I use for my kids right now, just to quickly build rapport and participation at this new school. I'm actually excited for the lesson. I'm excited we don't have school tomorrow so that I can take my time in the morning and get there at 11 and then be done for the rest of the day. So I just wanted to check in. That is how today is going. And this is why it's so hard to vlog at this school. It's just, you never know when you have these few minutes. So I hope your day is going a lot better. But it's the weekend for us, so it's okay. Why? Because apparently they made a mistake last year, or they had off last year, made a mistake this year, and forgot to take it off the calendar. So the 13th is not a holiday. It's not anything special. They just forgot to take this day off of the calendar. So happy Teacher Appreciation Day to us, even though it was last week. But every day you should appreciate teachers. Okay, I'm rambling. I will check back in with you the next chance I get. Good morning, YouTube. It is actually Friday, May 13th now. Oh, Friday the 13th. Dun, dun, dun. And I'm getting ready for a demo lesson today. So fortunately, we didn't have school. My school didn't have school today. I think it was like a calendar mistake. Doesn't feel like a mistake to me. Feels like fate. So I have a demo lesson today at a school that I'm not 100% – 100% sold on based off of reviews that I've read. online, and usually reviews you read about things are most likely bad. So I'm not fully sold on the school because I hear it's kind of similar to my situation now in terms of like a lot of people just getting away with stuff because of their relations to other people in the school. And I'm sorry, I just make sure that's not like the school or anything calling me. But and I heard they don't have air conditioning. I cannot work under those those circumstances. I cannot do it. We'll see though when I get there, especially in May, because so we'll see when I get there if there's air or not. But I just wanted to show you how I'm packing up to go to do my demo. Remember, my demo lesson today is for 2nd grade on bar graphs. So here's how I'm preparing. Sorry, I'm looking at this message on my watch. I'm just hoping it's not my school. Hold on. Okay, so here's kind of what I am packing for school. Sorry, my little doggy here. Say hi, little doggy. Hi, little doggy. Well, anyway, here's what I'm packing for school. So she's licking my underarms. I got this big portfolio bag a long time ago in high school when I used to do art and things. I should say I've seen people carry these big portfolio things. And so I got one when I went to my old school to store my anchor charts, because I used to just roll them all up and stick them in a bag. But then obviously if they've been rolled for a while, when you unroll them, they're all curled up. So to keep them flat, I got this. Oh, I just got a message. Hold on. Sorry, that was the school calling just to confirm that I'm coming, and I am. So let's get back to what I've packed for my demo. So I have several anchor charts that I'm taking with me because I just don't believe in relying on other people's technology. So, and I don't know what the whiteboard situation is like, what the markers are like, how the classroom is set up, if I'm going to end up doing it on a carpet, if they have an easel, I literally have no idea. So I have my anchor charts just in case. They reflect the students' worksheets as well as our whole group activity. Thanks for that. And I'm going to stick these in my bag here. Here's my journal where my planner where I'm also going to write my notes for my interview after. I have my laptop was charging, but it unplugged. And I have a folder that has 3 copies of my lesson today. I just scripted it out because I'm not really sure how they wanted it. They weren't specific. I could have asked, but I just scripted it out. It also helped me think about what I was going to say too. So I have my lessons, the kids' worksheets is 2-sided, and this one is 2-sided, and the exit ticket that they're going to do, as well as a few where I printed out 10 copies. I'm supposed to teach 22 kids, so I printed out 10 copies for early finishers just in case, because I don't know what the levels are going to be like either. But it's 2nd grade, and if they're anything like the 2nd grade at my school and at my old school, from what my coworker said, I should be fine. I'm also going to take a clipboard to put like a couple pieces of line paper or blank paper on here, just to take notes as you're walking around, to notice how scholars are turning and talking, what they're saying, who's going to need help, because you really want to show that you are actively monitoring their turn and talk and independent work and keeping some type of data on that. I'm going to bring my markers. Don't mind this table. I'm going to bring my markers, my glasses, and I have a bag full of goodies that I'm going to probably just stick in that bag, so I'm not bringing like a whole bunch of bags. I'm going to bring tape just in case I have to tape the anchor charts up. But I'm also going to bring magnets in case their boards are magnetic. So I want 2 different options because you never know. I also have, those are papers that I just need to grade in general. I'm also going to bring a little, clean that off, a little whiteboard and some dry erase markers in case I need to pull over a small group to help with like the actual computation problems. And I'm going to bring a little 1 minute timer just in case there's a scholar who needs to calm down and I don't know what their situation is like. And some stickers. I like to use stickers for when I am learning about a scholar for the first time. It might just be their name. If I get your name wrong, you earned a sticker. I apologize. If you are participating, I'm plopping a sticker right on your forehead. Doop. Not going to ask. I'm unapologetic about it. I'm going to plop a sticker right on your forehead. Watch how many hands go up. Just as simple as that. And then I also have some pencils. They're not even sharpened, but they have some grips. They have some erasers. So I think I might bring these. I might give this to the teacher as just like a thank you. And I'm going to write, what time is it? 10:12. I'm going to leave in a few minutes, but I'm also going to write a thank you note to the teacher and the principal for letting me demo at their school. And I think that's all that I'm bringing. So let me hurry up. Oh, and whiteout, because who doesn't need whiteout? So let me hurry up and pack all my things up so that I can get out of here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. It's really only going to take 5 minutes to get to the school, but I don't care. I want to be early. Anything can happen on these roads. Okay, and I'll check back with you when I'm done. Hello again. So it is actually Monday, and 4:18 after school. I'm getting ready to clean up and go to tutoring. I tutor on Monday, so I linger around school for a little bit. And so I just wanted to, where did I leave off? I left off with my demo lesson. So it went pretty okay. I'm so glad I had second graders because I anticipated some misconceptions, and it happened because I don't know what they've learned, and teaching something and learning something are two different things. Like, I could have been taught this, but I didn't really learn this. And I'm not saying anything about that teacher. No. I'm saying we had a gap year, and there were a lot of prerequisites that were needed for the bar graph lesson, even though it was an easier one, such as strategies to add 4 numbers or 5 or whatever. And so that was a little, but it went pretty well. Every time I got a student's name wrong, or even as I was learning their names, I plopped a sticker on their forehead. They loved it. The principal loved it. We had a good conversation. She's actually familiar with my school, and the reasons I gave her why I'm looking to leave was valid for her. So hopefully everything will be okay. I didn't even check my email yet to see if I heard anything back. I have 2 more demo lessons this week, actually, on Thursday and on Friday. The one on Thursday is for a 3rd grade lesson. I did not plan yet, but I'm going to do that when I get home because that's the one I'm most nervous for, because I don't know 3rd grade. And especially the end of 3rd grade, so this is like 4th grade, basically. And the one on Friday is for my old district, and it's a 1st grade lesson. So hopefully it'll all work out. I really need a change in scenery, especially today. I'm already hot. My classroom's so hot. I have like a fan that we use in science on my desk blowing at me all day. And when I started math, we did our story problem first, and I literally had to call the office. I stopped and I had to call down and ask them, is my prep changed today? Sure enough, it was, because I would have started going really in depth in my math lesson for it to have just been stopped. Someone would have just walked in my room. Like, no one communicates that. So I shouldn't have to call down to ask for when my prep is or if my lesson is going to be interrupted. But, you know, it is what it is. So I walked through the sub-plans with my assistant, and I let her run Zern today so she can get a feel for it, so when she's doing it by herself on Thursday. And so that was good. But hopefully I can get a different place. I'm sure I am, because there's a teacher shortage everywhere, but I got okay vibes from the school. I'm really curious about this one on Thursday, so cross your fingers. I'm going to close out the vlog here. Thank you for staying. I'm going to close out the vlog here. Thank you for staying with me. Please give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Let's do that. Let's start there so that you can keep up to date to all of my shenanigans in this crazy school. And then hit the notification bell so you are the first one to know, and like and comment. And I will see you in the next one.